Hey there, and welcome to the Confident Chemistry Teacher Podcast. I'm Kim, your go-to chemistry coach for engaging teaching strategies and simple solutions to the everyday challenges chemistry teachers face. Let's get this reaction started. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Confident Chemistry Teacher Podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about a really simple tool that really benefits a lot of your learning partners in your class. And what is that tool? It is a daily Google slide. And just like it sounds, is I have a slide deck, and for each day of the school year, it has the date on it, and then it lists some other stuff, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I'm also going to talk about how it's going to benefit you, how it can benefit your students, your fellow teachers, parents, and admin. So first off, what is included on the daily slide? So like I mentioned, it has the date. It's a daily slide. So it literally will say like Monday, September 29th, 2025 on the top. It has our learning intentions and our success criteria. Those are required by my admin to have posted and to have for each lesson. I also do put my daily warm-up on there, whether that's to grab some supplies or maybe a question that they need to write into their notebook. And then I have the agenda, like literally like step 1, pass out papers, 2, review this lab or this worksheet. Like it's just a little list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also in that agenda, I do interactive notebooks. So I'll also put the page number that the assignment should go on in their interactive notebook. So students can then refer back to the agenda, like when they're trying to get their notebooks organized for a notebook check. And then I also am able to add extras on here. Maybe like there was a cool demo or a cool video or an extra review resource that I want the students to have, or maybe even an answer key to something that we did in class. I want the kids to go home and finish it up on their own time, but I want to give an answer key so they can double check your work. One suggestion I want to make here is don't include the content in between the daily slides. I had a friend who did that and the slides got really, really unwieldy. So it'll say Adams 1 notes, and then I will highlight it and then add the link to those Adams 1 notes. I'm just totally making that up right there for that assignment, but I'm not going to put the Adams 1 notes in between Monday and Tuesday, for example, because then that makes that slide deck too big for students to like manage and find easily. And that's the whole point of the daily slides, is for them to be like quick and easy for you to reference. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I have tried in my long 18 years other things. I've tried paper calendars. I've tried like plastic ones with the vis-a-vis markers. And the thing is I'm kind of bad at keeping up with those. And I think it's because they're not super accessible. So like those really cute teacher plan books, don't tell my husband how much money I've spent on those Erin Condren books before, but it's just, I can forget them at home. I'm just not updating them. I forget them at school. Then if I'm at home and I want to work on it. So having paper is why I love paper. I teach a lot with paper, mostly with paper. For planning, it's not as great for me. I also have tried using a Google Calendar before, and I feel like it's just a lot of redundant typing. So I've tried it, not my jam. I've also tried using some of the learning management calendars before. I had to like learn how to put the stuff in there. And so Google Slides for me, they're super easy. I know how to use them. My students know how to use them, and they're quick to use, and they're able to do everything that I need to do, link and provide information. So like I mentioned, I really like using these daily Google Slides because it's faster than having to enter this stuff into Canvas. And also, I think I mentioned that I'll just put the, like the assignment, the Peanut Brittle Lab, and then I'll highlight it, and then I'll attach a link to it so you can just click on it and open up the Peanut Brittle Lab. And that is so much faster to do that than it is to upload an assignment into Canvas. So I just like to just share my link. And a trick that I love that I found out this summer is if you were to copy the link for your assignment that you want, you go to your daily slide, hit Control K, then Control V, then it is just going to highlight the thing you want to attach the link to. Hit Control K, then Control V. It literally just like pastes in that link right there. And that is saving me so much time too. Like I mentioned, the daily slides are available to me at home. They're available to me at school. I can look on my phone and see what we're doing tomorrow, so I love that. I also like that all the resources are together. If I make them on Friday and I just want to double check, do I have everything for Monday? I can look at Monday's daily slide and just see, okay, did I print off the slides that I need for my special needs students that need the paper version of them. Did I make enough copies? Did I make copies? Actually, let's say that. And then the other thing I like is students can access the calendar at home or at school. They don't have to wait to come into school the next day and see what they missed, so they can access that at home. They know what day each assignment was, because sometimes in the past when I would upload things into Canvas, one, like I said, it took a long time, but then students wouldn't know specifically what day that is. And yes, you could put that in there, like maybe in parentheses or something. If it wasn't necessarily like an assignment in Canvas, it was just a resource for them, they wouldn't know what day that was for. And then this year, I have a lot of special needs students who need some help with like visual issues. And so what's cool about the daily slides is it's a really easy way for them to access the slides in class. So those students can just open up their laptop, they can click on the link, and then they can see the Google Slides on their laptop and enlarge them as they need to. And then also something that I've been trying as well is to have my English language learners do the same thing. Go ahead, open up the slides on the laptop, use their translation tools for that to help them figure that out. And then of course, anytime you have students using laptops at their desk while you're lecturing, you have to set some ground rules in place. Like you need to tell the kids you can't skip ahead, don't write notes until we're all writing notes together, that type of thing. Because I'll see that a lot of times the kids will have access on their laptop. They'll just want to get through it as quickly as possible. I'm like, no, you need to write and listen as we're going through here. And then the other thing that students like is those extra resources that I'm posting. Could be more practice problems. They really like the answer keys, or I think I've mentioned to you guys in the past that why I might be talking about atoms that day, like I'll be lecturing it and we'll be doing practice problems together in class. Over the years, I've made videos, not for every topic, but I'm trying to improve my library of videos. I'll put a video of me, doing whatever that topic was for that day. Or if it's not me, like somebody else who I really like Tyler DeWitt. You can find him on YouTube. So if he's got a video on it, I'll go ahead and post that there as well. And so it's just providing additional resources. These daily slides are super helpful for parents. A lot of times they want to know, did my child have homework? What did you do in class? And so the parents can access the slides and see what we did. So parents that are really trying to help their struggling students can also look at those videos. I've had parent conferences, like one parent came in and was like, hey, last night we learned how to name ionic compounds together, and so that's pretty cool to hear that. I'm also have CC teachers this year. And so it's really good for the CC teachers because not only do they know what we are doing for that day, but if they're trying to help get a student back on track, they can go to that specific date, print off of that resource for themselves, and be able to identify like right away what day that was. Because my CC teachers, my class isn't the only one that they're CCing in, so it just is better organization for them. And then of course my admin wants to know that I'm doing lesson plans, so this is what I use as my lesson plans. Now, how do I set these up? I create a template, and I'm going to throw a template in the show notes, so if you just want to see what mine are looking like. I always start off with that template. I usually, before school starts or during those wonderful or before school super exciting admin meetings, I'll enter the dates then. And I think I said this earlier, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it like literally will say Monday, September 29th, 2025. So I add the dates before the semester, before the school year starts. I try my best to add all the content on Fridays before I leave school that day. So then I know that I have everything organized for the following week. I'm not going to lie, like today, after I finish recording this podcast, I'm going to update my daily slides for the week. But I know doing work at home is not everybody's jam, but it just makes me feel more organized for the school year. And side note, I have a personal rule that after the first quarter, I try not to take stuff home, but I know the first quarter is always crazy. So I always do allow myself to do extra stuff at home during the first quarter. But then by the time the second quarter is like, I'm not doing anything at home then. And then every day I try to edit it right after school. And sometimes I'll even do it like right after that period that we have. I'll just edit it. So let's say I had 4 things planned for that day. We only got to 3. I'll delete 4. and add a note. Or if kids, I realize, oh my gosh, they need more practice on this, I'll try to attach an extra worksheet at the end of the day so that they can practice that either that day or the upcoming day. Another reason that I really like these daily slides is that I can refer to them from year to year. I can look back and what did I use the previous year? And sometimes you guys, you can definitely, as a teacher, we kind of know this, we can kind of just copy and paste our lessons. I'm in a new school this year, so it's a little more challenging, but if you have like same kids, you could really just copy and paste that information, and that makes creating the lesson plans like super easy. Just as a quick little review, daily slides, they seem really simple, but they are super helpful for everybody in your learning community. Again, it's just one slide for each day. I'm posting the learning objectives, the agenda, and links with what we're doing that day. You can also include your warm-up on there or any extra resources for your students. I try my best to create them on Fridays, but as I just mentioned, it's going to be Sunday evening tonight. Then I definitely try to edit them each day, and they're helpful for me, they're helpful for students, they're helpful for parents and other teachers and admin. I forgot to mention, I'll sometimes share these with other teachers that the school can know what I'm on, or if we want to share resources, that's like a great way to be like to share our daily slides. They can pull the content that I'm using for that day. As we're wrapping up, I just want to mention that I'm going to put daily slides template for you of what I use. It's really plain and simple. You might want to fancy it up for yourself. I also do want to mention, I'm going to put the link in for that Lab Day Starter Kit if you haven't already grabbed that. That has some really good resources in there to help make your lab days be more organized. Those of you guys that maybe have gotten the Lab Day Starter Kit, can you guys reach out to me and let me know what you like? Was there anything I should include? Was there a typo? Because I always joke I love chemistry because we can abbreviate everything. So I would say I'm definitely not an English major. So if you ever notice like a typo in something, let me know. And then as we're getting into the school year, feel free to reach out to me and let me know what topics you would like to hear about. Is there anything that you guys are struggling with? Because I'm trying to do kind of like a content, like an Adams, for example, last week was Adams, and then kind of like a helpful teacher thing. I hope you guys found this episode helpful. As always, you guys, please keep inspiring, keep experimenting, and keep being awesome in your classrooms. Happy teaching.